Welcome everyone to the 19th annual Kicks for Cancer Weekend. This event is hosted by Friends of CCHS Men's Soccer. All of us have been impacted by cancer in some way, as countless family, friends, and loved ones have waged their own personal cancer battles. We send our prayers and best wishes to those of you that may be battling cancer right now. All the athletes playing today have the name of someone they are honoring who has been impacted by cancer on the backs of their shirts. This event started in 2007 to honor Lois Wells, mother of beloved CCHS goalie coach Steve Zinho Wells, and has grown to encompass more than 21 towns playing 16 soccer matches. This year, we offer special tribute to beloved CCHS librarian, Dr. Robin Cicchetti, who passed away from uveal melanoma in June. Robin was a passionate and innovative educator who championed reading for all. In addition to Mighty Moose 5K was added 8 years ago to honor Concord mom Jenna Swain, who lost her courageous cancer battle. As a community, you have rallied together, and through Kicks for Cancer and the Mighty Moose, you have raised nearly $3 million to support ovarian cancer research and prevention. Thank you for your support, and together we are going to kick cancer. Please note, Kicks for Cancer is a green event. Please use marked recycling bins, and special thanks to our lead sponsors, Hart Orthodontics and Lazaro Paving. Who's ready to watch some soccer? Today's matchup features on Turf 2, clad in pink, the Boston Latin Wolves versus clad in blue, the Waltham Hawks. And on Turf 1, clad in pink, the Arlington Spy Ponders versus clad in blue, the Reading Rockets. Our national anthem will be performed today by Sadie Constable. Please remove your hats and face the west end of the stadium for the singing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets would glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
How great was that? Thanks again, Sadie. Teams to the sidelines, good luck to all, and once again, let's kick cancer!
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry this didn't work out.
No, you're fine.
I tried to get him to... He did show me when there were some things like... No, that's all right.
Alright, we're gonna go down here. Are you filming?
Papa. Come.
Yep.
Yeah, here he goes.
No. Yeah. Wow.
Our star assistant director over there.
Yeah, great. Well done, Dad. JJ, pick him up.
Can you hear this, Tom? Okay. Hi, folks. Welcome to Doug White Memorial Field. We're going to get some audio squared away, and we'll be bringing you a broadcast. It's currently we're 2 minutes into the game, and it is currently 0-0. Please stand by for audio. Tom, check. Yes? Okay, how are the levels? Okay, whenever you're ready. So put it on here and leave this ear off. That way we can hear each other, okay? And just, be cool. I'll take care of it.
Okay, yeah.
This is easy.
I'm just jump in once in a while.
Okay. Sorry for the rough start, folks. Hopefully this is all working. We have a greenhorn producer, aka me, who is attempting to get the audio working for this here game. Today we are joined by Sumit Chabra.
Hi everyone, what a day to be here for soccer.
It is a beautiful, beautiful day, and we have we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to ramp up the broadcast here. Currently there's 35 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. It's 0-0. We haven't had a chance to get a flow of the game quite yet, but we'll get there. So usually what I do is I find my notes, which I'm going to find right now, and then I use them to fill in kind of sometimes when there might be lapses in the action. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun today because I believe that you're my neighbor, first of all.
Yes, that's right.
And
see you walking your dog every day.
Yeah, that's whatever. Some people in the neighborhood, sometimes if they see me without the dog, they're always like, wait, where's your dog? Or I've been called the guy with the black dog before. So yes, we have we know each other, but not that well. I think it's because our children are all of staggered ages, correct?
That's right. But great to be here with you today, Alex.
Absolutely, and it's great. This is going to be a lot of fun. And I think based upon what I know, you have pretty much a basketball type of background. Is that correct?
It's been a few years, but that's my main sport. Played hoops and coach hoops. So I can't say I know a lot about soccer, but I'm going to give it a shot here. Basketball, I know a little more.
So when you agreed to do this, I said, well, what are we going to talk about if this guy doesn't know this guy? If Sumit doesn't know a lot, am I saying that right, by the way? Sumit doesn't know a lot about soccer. I think we're going to try to make some parallels between the two sports.
All right, sounds good.
Let me start off by saying welcome. Today's Saturday, it's September 27th. It's a gorgeous day. It's about 12:30. We're at Kicks for Cancer event at Concord Carlisle High School. We have the Arlington Spy Ponders versus the Reading Rockets today. Spy Ponders coming in with a 6-1-1 record, 5-0-1 in the Middlesex League. They've had an impressive start to the season, starting the year with 32 goals for and 8 goals against.
Against some pretty good competition too.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
And for us mathematicians and statisticians out there, that's a pretty good ratio. They score 4 times more often than they concede, which in basketball and in soccer,
it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. Pardon me, the power rankings for the state of Massachusetts just recently came out. Now these are based upon like a pretty complicated formula, which takes into account all sorts of factors, including strength of schedule, which is determined by the records, of the opponents that you've already played, and so on and so forth, you can imagine. Anyhow, Arlington is in second place in the Middlesex division, behind Lexington, and their power ranking is 31st in Division 1, which, can you move over just real quick here? There, I just want to be able to see around Tom. Okay, which I think that's a number, and we'll get into it, but that number is I think could be a lot higher. The last game they played was a 2-2 tie versus Woburn. Were you able to watch any of that?
I didn't, but I heard about it.
Okay, you can catch it on ACMi Sports.
Great, I'll watch the replay.
And that game was a sorry, I'm getting a call from the producer of ACMi Sports. So I'm going to ignore it and text him. So that game was a 2-2 tie. And, I'm sure in basketball, too, the concept of revisionist history comes into play.
Always.
Yeah. And in that particular game, I would have to say that, Woburn matched up very well against Arlington in the style of play that they played, and we can get into that here, too. Sam Neal with an attack, shot over the net. But they wound up with a 2-2 tie, creating the first... they've lost 3-0 at Boston College High School, who, by the way, is ranked 3rd in the power rankings. Today, the power rankings, the team that played before us, St. John's Prep, was ranked 1st in the whole state of Massachusetts. But they did lose their game today.
Oh, to who?
To, I believe, Needham.
Okay.
And the question that I have after watching this team is their consistency. Because on paper, dangerous corner kick there from Quincy bangs off of Nolan's foot to the side of the net. And I'm seeing a lot of attack on both ends, but more specifically a heavy dose of attack down here.
Yeah, we've already had 4 shots all wide, but some pretty good action down on our end.
So the opponent, the Reading Rockets, they are 4-2-1 overall. And the aggregate score of their games, as they are on a promising-looking break, and a cut to the inside and a shot wide. Samit, this game is a lot more wide open than a lot of games we've seen. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah,
as we're
eyes on the field.
Through. So Reading, their score is 16-14. So their games have all been competitive and tight. They've wound up, with an aggregate score of 16-14, and a record of 4-2-1. You have to kind of assume like they've been in some tight games, and they've actually done pretty well in those games.
Do they have a ranking, Alex?
That's a very good question. They do, and they are ranked 40th as opposed to Arlington's 31st. However, Reading is classified as Division 2, so they're 40th in Division 2.
Okay.
And Arlington is 31st in Division 2. And right away, I see Arlington's back line under a good amount of pressure. And as far as I think Divisions 1 and 2, you may know this actually because you have other children play other sports, right?
Right.
Is it based upon the size?
It's the size of the school.
The enrollment.
That's right.
So Reading is a Division 2 school. Arlington is a Division 1 school. Regardless, I would think that a 6-1-1 team in the Middlesex division would be ranked higher than 31st. I would think a 4-2-1 team would be ranked higher than 40th.
Right.
So the current set of power rankings is not taking into account the algorithm hasn't caught up with the Middlesex games.
Alex, is it the power rankings that determine seeding come playoff time?
Yes, and that is yet another formulaic type thing that it comes down to the top 32 ranked teams automatically are chosen to attempt to participate in the playoffs. And then beyond that, they invite every other team that has a 500 or better record. So due to the algorithm, you might have a team that's ranked, fairly high in the power rankings that has a 500 record or maybe even a losing record.
Right.
And you might have a team here's Keegan on the break, getting behind the defense. You might have a team that has a 500 record that's ranked very low in the power rankings. Simon, I'm going to communicate here with Jeff, and you can take over for a couple minutes here if there's anything that you'd like to say.
I got it. So we've had some good action here. Both sides, lots of offense right now. If you can see on the field today, Arlington's wearing pink jerseys, and Reading's got sort of lighter blue, and it's pretty special seeing all the names on the back of these jerseys. All the players are playing for someone special to them who's been affected by cancer in some way, and we'll mention a few of these stories throughout the telecast. But it's hearing about who these kids are playing for and seeing on the back of their jerseys. It's a great sight today.
Yeah, it's a really great event, and I have to say that those pink, that color of pink, I don't know how to describe it. I would say pinkest. It is like
Leon with nice center. Oh,
forcing another corner kick. So one of the things about soccer that I always harp on is these set pieces, because a very high percentage of you're much more likely to score on a set piece than you are in open play. So as these corner kicks start to pile up, that kind of creates this statistical likelihood, that they're gonna eventually break through. And they've come close a couple of times, and it's definitely. And the same is true for a team. For example, like if you watch like professional Premier League soccer, there are teams that have dramatically different skill levels in their lineup. A lot of times, the less skilled team.
Nice stuff there by Lucas Koopman there. The
less skilled team will employ a cynical strategy where they play defensively and very tough, like as far as pressing and tackling, and they count on things like counterattacks and set pieces to create their goals, as opposed to the more skillful team, which will count on possession and matriculating down the field, using skill and technique to get their chances. So we just saw the corner kick, and just continuing on with the analysis of the opponent. The last three games, straight down the middle for the Reading Rockets. They're 1-1-1, and the aggregate score is 7-7. So they've been playing pretty consistent 500 ball.
Is this first matchup between these two teams this year?
Yes, this year it is, and we meet again in fairly short order, because this game was rescheduled for this event. It's in, I think it's within a week or two.
And that must be at Reading, because this is an Arlington home game technically.
This is a Reading home game.
Oh, it's a Reading home game.
I believe this counts as a Reading home game.
Okay.
Common opponents, there are four: Burlington, Woburn, Belmont, and Winchester. Reading with a 2-1-1 record in those games, 13-7 goal differential, 13-4, 7 against. Arlington 3-0-1 in those games, with a 19-4 spread.
What a save by Shea Newton! Nice header by Reading off the far
off the
kick
set
there.
piece. So you'll see. I mean, like I said, your chances of getting a shot, and also, it can be a beguiling sport, because you can have a brilliant shot, like such as Arlington had two against Woburn that hit off posts. They beat the goaltender clean. Or, I mean, to be honest, this year Arlington has scored, more than one goal that were just blatant mishandles by the keeper.
Yeah.
So that's definitely an inflator of all these goal statistics that I can count like 5.
Yeah.
And part of being a good goalie is that you limit those things. I mean, if you make the saves that you're supposed to make, and then if you make a spectacular save here and there, that's great too. But there's an underappreciated aspect of goaltending, which is your command of the box and your command of the defense.
Yep.
So that's something to. Our particular goaltender has great command of the box and the defense. It's one of his strongest attributes. All right, we have Kellen Kachoria, who I don't know if you've been listening or watching our broadcasts. He's got a nickname.
What is it?
It's the closer.
Ah, I like it. It's perfect timing. Well, we're halfway through the first half here.
We gave him that nickname because the coach had been saving him in the first several games of the year for the end of the game. So maybe he would come on and provide a freshness to close out the game. So we might have to rename him if he's getting in earlier. Another corner kick. Leon was there. And then
I think we're getting another corner here.
Yeah, and this is erosion. If you keep doing this, eventually, no matter how good you are, how good your opponent is, or how poor you are or your opponent, just imagine the physics behind, kicking the ball into that area with all those bodies. It could bounce anywhere. Yeah. Sometimes it can bounce off your own player into the net.
And I see we got the tall kids from the backfield, the Koopman brothers, coming up front for these set pieces.
Yep. And they've got a guy short, and they have abandoned that. So you do that in order to draw a person out of the box. And Lucas was there. That's two that they have not connected on. And here's what I assume, getting into the rest of my notes. One thing I like to do is I like to, look at the results across the program from the prior year. So in other words, Arlington has a varsity team, a JV team, and a freshman team. And they play Reading. They played Reading 6 times last year. Nice breakup in the midfield by Reading. We'll get to more specific game analysis once I get through my notes. But last year, Arlington as a program was actually 6-0 against these Reading Rockets. They won the game here 3-1. Good game, ACMi Sports. And they won the game at home later on in the year, 1-0. It was a very, very close game with a late goal. Now, this is the part I'm interested to hear.
Arlington on the attack here. Rohan McAuliffe.
He can have a shot from here. That's what you want.
Oh.
Yep, nice save by the goalie. Yeah. And another corner kick. So this is, I'm interested to hear your take on this with kids that are into athletics. But the scores of the JV games and the freshman games last year. The JV team won both games by an aggregate score of 13-0.
Oh, wow.
The freshman team by 12-2. And it's just something I've noticed that I just wonder what the correlation is, from year to year.
Yeah.
Because that's something that you see, a lot as I put these statistics together.
Yeah, I find it sometimes tough to draw any conclusions. I'm pretty sure this Reading JV team beat Arlington's JV team a couple weeks ago. Well, it's positive.
I believe they did, yes.
Last game, was it the 2-2 tie was against Woburn?
Yeah.
On the JV level, I think it was 4 or 5-0 Arlington wins. So,
yeah.
Sometimes you see a little bit of difference between the various teams year to year, level to level.
And what I can get out of it is that all of these schools, they might have, they might have, let's say, 10, 15, high-level varsity performers, like all of them do. Mm-hmm. Arlington just has more of them,
Right.
And those kids wind up getting pushed down to the lower teams.
Yeah.
Where so there's definitely a volume of high quality, and what you're looking for is for, amidst that quality, for some player or players to emerge from that from that. And here we have an Arlington team which has 17 seniors, of which your son is one.
Yep.
And 9 of which are starters. And you're seeing Fernando took a knee and he's limping off the field. Quincy Cotter Jr. coming back in. So another thing that we like to do is I ask AI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great resource.
Sure. I mean, it's taking over, right? We might as well. Nate Dobro with a nice ball into the box. Nolan is there. That should be a goal kick. AI thinks it's likely to be competitive, with Reading staying in it, perhaps pressing hard. If Arlington plays their usual attacking game and maintains defensive discipline, they should edge it.
AI's right on so far, I'd say.
Yeah, they were wrong about Woburn, though. They gave that game a 10% chance of a tie. I do give Woburn a lot of credit. They played with a lot of heart in that game. Arlington had a number of, like I said, hit 2 posts, and there were some close calls that, some chances they had that didn't find the net. Again, revisionist history, the next day when you look in the standings, the score was 2-2, no matter how much we talked it into 3-2 or 5-2. Meteorological minute.
Looks like Fernando came on. Who came on? Was it Quincy coming back in?
Yep.
Yeah, Quincy took a little breather when Kellen came back in. Quincy today is playing for his dad, Aaron Cotter. That's a name on his back of his jersey. It's special to see.
And about to come in, Alex Marcassini. He's a junior striker. I think it's actually that's an exceptional call to bring him in. He's a sniper. Quincy with a shot from distance. Another thing, so I was thinking about the basketball-soccer correlation, and think about like a basketball game where if you play a tightly packed zone defense,
yeah,
you're stopping the team from doing some very specific things, but you're also allowing them to shoot, from the outside.
Right.
And which, if you do the math, as the Boston Celtics have done, if you take 10 3-pointers and make 4 of them, that's as good as making 6. Taking 10 2-pointers.
Joe loves those analytics, doesn't he?
Oh, I love Joe. He cracks me up. I'm curious to see what happens here. Woburn scored a goal on a similar situation to that play right now. So, but in soccer, you don't get extra points for a long distance goal, and if you do look at any statistics at all, and again, this is partially anecdotal, partially knowledge from me, but the percentage of scoring from outside is significantly lower in soccer.
Well, Alex, tell us about Arlington's setup here. What kind of
yeah, good point, excellent point. So, I know what their setup is because I've watched them and it's consistent, and I talked to my 16-year-old about it,
mm-hmm.
and you know how much information I get out of that situation. Some nuggets. It's like mining.
That's right.
you have to move a mountain to get a little piece of gold. So what I usually do is I look at, for example,
Sam Neill on the outside.
We'll get there in a second.
Get shot on. Oh, nice cross.
Keegan gets there with the cutback. Kellen's there, makes a move, lays it off to Sam, and that hit off the football.
I couldn't tell there.
Hit off the football. So what I do is I take a look at a situation like now, and I count the number of defenders. And for Arlington, you see 5 guys back. See those 5?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that really what that is actually 4. So they have the 2 central defenders and the 2 outside defenders. And then they have 3 guys that play in the middle of the field. That would be Nathan, who's number 6.
Yep.
And that number 6 is it's Nathan's number, but it's also, you know how in baseball the first baseman, the catcher's like pitcher's 1, catcher's 2, first baseman's 3, all that, like 5-4-3 double play. In soccer, they have numbers too. And the number 6 is a number which corresponds to the position Nathan is playing, which is also known as defensive midfielder or holding midfielder. So he's not going to go very far forward. He's going to sit in front, in the middle of the field, in front of those 4 guys. Some teams play 3 in the back. Arlington plays 4. He's going to sit in front of those 4 guys and really be a disruptor. And his job is to disrupt any flow in the middle of the field from Reading, and then to win the ball and then get it out of his feet and into the feet of somebody else.
Yep.
To start the play moving the other way.
They switch it up at all, Alex? They sort of stay consistent with that setup?
As far as I can tell, they have stayed consistent with that setup. And in Woburn, could have been handball on Kellen there. During the Woburn game, they stayed consistent with pretty much with the Alex is in, he got held. That would be offsides. So they've stayed pretty consistent. The most common formation is 4-3-3, and then you can go to what's called, if you play 4 in the back, such as we are, you can go to a 4-5-1, and that has 2 guys that are called wing backs that go up and down, the whole length of the side of the field. You can go to a 4-4-2. The fact of the matter is it's all kind of fluid. At any given moment, you're not going to look at the field and see, oh, there's 4, there's 3, and there's 3. It's just a convenient way of classifying.
Yep.
So the 3 in the midfield are the one that I've described, which is the number 6 here, which is Nathan. And then you'll have Quincy there as in the midfield, and then also Kellen. They'll play in general they'll shade to one of their own sides, and they'll play a little further forward. And then the attacking 3, Coach Iazio this year has played this attacking 3 formation where you have the 2 wings and the center forward, also known as the striker. There are pluses and minuses. It's a good standard formation. If you're clever, which I know Coach Iazio is, he's certainly more clever than what how I'm analyzing. But you can actually switch the formation, Sam, with another near miss. He's
shot wide. We'll get a lot of opportunities here. One's bound to go in.
And here we come with Simon Miller.
Simon coming in, giving Keegan Maxwell a little break here.
So I'm looking at Reading, and I can just look. It looks like they're in a 4-3-3 as well. Simon
getting the action right away. Simon's got his mom's name on the back of his jersey, Amy Lynn Miller. Amy had a bout with breast cancer and is very healthy today, and he's honoring her today with her name on the back of his jersey.
And it's interesting to see what they do, formation-wise on situations like this. You see Coach Iazio yelling, "Alex, get back." So he's having his striker drop down, and actually everybody's dropped down. Everybody's behind the ball now. It's a defensive way of approaching it, which can set you up for a counterattack. But in the game of soccer, in youth soccer anyway, as far as from my experience, like one of the mantras is that when you have the ball, you want to play the ball into space. And when you don't have the ball, you want to close down the space.
Always.
So in all of these formations, if you're paying attention, you can adjust to maybe create more space because of your formation. Because sometimes you'll see it, like, for example, against Woburn. Sam with another chance here. He'll have a rip.
Oh, just wide.
He's knocking on heaven's door.
It's getting closer.
There would be situations where an Arlington midfielder would have the ball and would be descended upon by 3 people right away. Now, from a Woburn standpoint, that's great if you win the ball. If you don't win the ball and the Arlington player is able to move it, there's going to be space for the rest of his team.
Yep.
So what I'm seeing today is a Reading team, and you can also see one thing to pay attention to is what do they do on goal kicks, and like if their defense gains possession of the ball. Like a lot of what what you would call more sophisticated teams, they try to pass it between each other and kind of pass the ball up the field, matriculate the field through the thirds of the field.
Small ball.
And a lot of teams, which some people think to be a less sophisticated way, but it's effective, is they just boot it as far as they can.
Yeah.
Everyone chases it. That results in a scrum. And if you do win possession, then you wind up you wind up with possession in an advanced part of the field. Reading with a chance.
Right on cue, Alex. A big boot and
yeah.
Get a shot off right there.
So another term you'll hear a lot is second ball.
Yep.
You ever hear the guys screaming second ball?
Sure.
That means they know, like if a goalie kicks the ball 70 yards in the air, these kids can do it. They're very skilled, but it's hard to take a ball out of, that's coming at you at that velocity, with your feet.
Yeah.
And put it where you want it. So that's they call that first touch. So if you ever hear someone says he's got a great first touch, that's what they're referring to. Like that was a great first touch by Kellen and a great first touch by Sam. Nice find. Let me know if it's getting annoying.
He's doing a great job.
You too.
Hey, Alex, it's a hot day out here today. You think the second half could bring any changes in terms of teams wearing down? Who's got the advantage? How's Arlington doing, sort of the endurance part of it?
Well, so obviously, as you're aware, having your son having gone to the conditioning camp in the 97-degree weather 3 days in a row, I mean, I don't, all of these kids are supremely conditioned.
Right.
And they should be able to last for an entire game.
Yep.
That being said, it does make a difference. Especially, here's another thing: if you're a possession team, the other rule of thumb, Sam again being a nuisance to the Reading defense, the other rule of thumb for possessing teams is that you don't work as hard when you possess.
Mm-hmm.
So if you possess the ball 60% of the time, that means the other team is working harder 60% of the time. And I did see that that came to fruition again with the set piece here in an earlier game, the Winchester game, so that's an example of an excellent play by the goaltender.
Yeah, he came out and got it.
No funny business, right?
Yep.
No, it didn't clank off his hand, off of somebody's butt and into the goal. He came out, he called everyone off. I got it. He punched it out. Like that's 50% of goaltending right there.
Yep.
So with regards to the conditioning, I don't see today's the weather conditions being, being all that much, creating a conditioning problem for either team, especially given what our boys went through those 3 days.
Right.
And also, I'm sure Taj worked all summer long on his conditioning in order to get ready for that 2-mile run that they do.
That's right. Looks like Keegan Maxwell might be getting ready to check back in soon. Yeah, Alex, how does it work? I've always been confused about this. When can you sub in? Do you have to wait for certain teams throw in or free kick or something?
Yeah, that's a good question. The general rule of thumb, first of all, at this level, you have infinite substitutions.
Mm-hmm.
At a high level professional, like a World Cup game or a Premier League game, you have 5. You're only allowed to sub 5 times. And as far as when you're allowed to do it, there are lots of rules. So let me just break it down. You can do it, first of all, if your player is injured. So sometimes you'll see a guy limping around, and the coach will say, "Get down." That's so that he can sub out.
Sure.
Okay, it's like an immediate way and the other times that you can do it are on your own throw-in or your own goal kick. So those are the 3 times when you have the power. If I believe, and you're testing my knowledge because I was a ref when I was a young boy.
Oh, wow. I like this. That's
but
just
I
a few years
believe
ago.
that it was just yesterday. Say for example, if the other team wins a throw-in or has their own goal kick, then if they sub, that gives you the option of also subbing as well. So, if you absolutely need to sub and you don't want to count on the other, the other team, then what you do is you have to wait for and here you see a couple guys taking knees. That might have been out of respect for 2 Arlington guys on knees right now.
Kellen and is that Sam Neill?
Sam Neill, yeah. And here you go. So
and
you see a non. That's an interesting point. I mean, I was going to talk to you about timeouts also.
Just coming off the field, Kellen Kachoria and Sam Neill heading back in. Keegan Maxwell and Kavi McAuliffe.
Our neighborhood very well represented.
That's right. We got the 2 sets of brothers out there right now, the McAuliffe brothers and the Koopman brothers.
I call it the brotherly love lineup. So I was going to say, in every competitive soccer game, other than Massachusetts high school soccer that I've ever watched, there's no such thing as a timeout. So they get timeouts. Each coach gets 1 timeout per half. And I know that in basketball, so given that in most professional competitive soccer there's no timeout, like that culture of using timeouts and burning timeouts isn't part of the game.
Yep.
I know like in basketball and football it's really important.
Sure.
Because you can actually control the clock with it. One thing I've seen Coach Iazio do is towards the end of a half, like I forget where I think Reading has the possession right now, so they may have called the timeout. But towards the end of the half, like if they get a free kick or something and the clock is really dwindling, you can call a timeout to kill the clock.
Yeah.
And set up their set play.
You think that's right here off a timeout? We got a certain set play set to go. Just
Absolutely.
2.5 minutes left in the half, roughly 3 minutes left in the half.
I would, let's just put it like this. If I was coaching, that's what I would do. I think Reading's got the ball. If the ball is placed where if that's where the kick is, these kids can kick the ball 50 yards. So they can get the ball into the blender.
Yep.
From there. And, as far as like a well-executed basketball set piece, it's like a work of art, right?
Right.
This guy gets picked or, there's all this. I think soccer can be, from that regard, not as
formulaic.
Yeah, exactly. Not as graceful. But really the formula is put it in there. Because once it's in there, so also you're aware of penalty kicks, right? The yellow box around the outside. If your team fouls the other team inside your penalty box, that is an automatic free kick, or penalty kick, which is pretty much which gives you a great chance to score. So not too much juice on that ball, but Reading wins the second ball and sends it for a goal kick. And now another thing you'll notice is that the clock is going to stop at 2 minutes.
Yep.
This is something.
What do you think? Got a couple of minutes extra time built in here? A few injuries here and there?
I don't think that they actually build in that much extra time. No, not at this level. So the game's I saw Arlington with a distinct advantage in the first 10, 20 minutes, but the game has definitely, devolved into this midfieldy, affair. I don't hate this as long as they can keep possession. They can make the guys run. Another strategy when you pass the ball back is you expand the distance between their back line and their front line, and you create space in there. So yeah, we don't really know when he's going to blow the whistle, and it's certainly it'll be 2 minutes or less.
Yep.
You enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, what a day! Look around, Alex. We got 2-3 other games going around. A lot of pink shirts.
This is a great spot.
It's a great scene here in Concord.
I like this. the goalie can't pick it up if it's passed back by his own player.
Yep.
So you want to make the goalie, and it's the same as life. Like, you want to make them do things they weren't planning to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. This is a great occasion. I believe last year's game was also 0-0. And here we go. Now, what they'll normally do is they'll give, if a team has possession or a corner kick and we're in this stoppage time, is that they'll actually stop the clock. They won't call halftime on, as I say that, Coach Iazio called a timeout.
Set play coming up here, huh?
Yeah, so exactly what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Because usually what will happen is the refs will, the game, the clock will be over, but in essence, Arlington will have the grace period of the time it takes to take the set piece. Same is true if Arlington, if we were in stoppage time and you're keeping a stopwatch and your watch says 0, if Arlington has a promising attack, they'll let it play out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a subjective. It bothers a lot of that thing bothers a lot of sports fans about soccer, but it's just something that both teams, it's part of the culture and something that both teams work with.
Given the size on this Arlington squad, I see we're going for the headers on these corners, right? That's sort of the goal here.
That is, I think, again, to me, what I'm trying to do is the first thing I'm trying to do is to put the ball in a spot that makes the goalie uncomfortable. So, you can't, if you drill it right at him, that's playing into his, you want him to come out. And the rule of thumb is kick it to the penalty spot where there's a line. I believe I forget how many yards, but this will be the last play of the half. So
corner by Quincy Cotter.
You want to see where Nolan is standing. That's where you want the ball to be, and that's right where it was. Lo and behold, they had two guys there. The ball bounces around. It's in the mixer, and it's a goal.
That's in the goal. Matter of time.
It's easy.
And that's Lucas Koopman with the goal.
He's rampant. You can't stop him. He scored against Woburn, too. Exactly like I said. See, listen to me, and, you'll go a long way. If only, yeah. So Arlington fortunate to get that.
That was a great use of a timeout by Coach there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll see here, I think probably what will happen is that Reading will touch the ball and then he'll call it. Or maybe they'll give them the grace period of, so now that Arlington's won possession, I would anticipate them calling this. Yeah.
They'll do it. What a way to finish the half for Arlington.
Okay, so let's hear what your impressions are of the first half.
I would say, look, it's good soccer on both sides. These are two quality teams, just like we laid out the start. And, it was only a matter of time, honestly, before Arlington put one in the net. We probably had, at least, I'd say 10 shots that were sort of just wide. Kept attacking, putting the ball in the right spot, and good things happen. These guys were aggressive, looking for that net, and heads-up play by Lucas to just find that ball on the ground and poke it in.
Yes, indeed, and also, I was mentioning the number of corner kicks, and, let's just shout out to ACMi Sports. I thank you, Jeff Monroe, for setting me up for this equipment. Sorry it took us so long to get it running. But he was mentioning they wanted to start stepping up some things there, and I was thinking, how about some analytics? How about we get some kids and look over some games and start getting some stats.
Alex, speaking of that second half, tell me a little bit about this this system we got staring us in front right here, the Vimeo. Maybe you can tell us in the second half what that is all about, how the team's using it.
So that is a VO, and there are two of them. Each team has their own. Hopefully, Arlington takes the right one.
Once for each team. They got one too.
So it's a system. I think the boosters, along with the money that was raised, that bought, we all kind of co-own it, and that has tracking technology which follows the ball, and it actually gives you a really decent. It gives you a very decent view of the game. It's obviously we don't have human tracking in the form of Tom Newton, but it is artificial tracking. And I am not sure how the teams use it. I do know that some of these kids that have aspirations to go on, what you do is you can create an account, and maybe they have a club team also that uses VO. And if you have your account, you link everything to your account. You can go in and you can tag yourself in the videos and annotate things. And you can even add audio and captions, like look at the first touch, look how he sheds the defender, and then you can press a make me a video button, and it makes you the reel that you can send to colleges.
Oh, so you got your own little recruiting video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and you can, you can actually do audio through it as well.
And I know these guys have film sessions once in a while in lieu of practice. Is this what coach uses to sort of cut up some film and watch what they did good, what they did bad?
That's interesting. I actually don't know. The VO is new. So if I were the coach, I wouldn't be listening to me. So what you're hearing are my opinions.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do this, because like what I'm good at is sitting around and watching sports. So you might as well do what you're good at. If I were the coach, I would be watching the VO, because each one of these players has their own account. The coach can actually.
Yeah. I
think another one of the usages is the coach goes in and says, "Hey Taj, you should have been shading over here," or "Great play, Taj," or things of that nature, or watch, if this scenario happens in a game, I want to switch the formation. Like, it's a good coaching point. And also, I mean, you've coached. Did you ever coach youth soccer?
Never soccer.
And you've coached lots of youth
basketball. My wife and has coached soccer.
Right, and there are times when, if you're coaching, and you say, like, I'm going to make up a player, Jerry, okay? Jerry makes a certain play on the field, and you can say, hey, Jerry, like, what were you thinking when you did that? Or next time do this. And Jerry might shrug,
Yeah.
If you show that player,
yep.
That is a
much more impactful than
impactful like way.
Hey, so your son Ronan is on the squad. Is he has he shown you anything this VO?
You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taj has an account.
Yeah. Yep.
And you can go and you can see all of the games road and away. Sans commentary, with the VO.
And pretty high quality video, I hear.
High quality video, good tracking, and which brings me to the next point, which I've been kind of ruminating over the past several weeks, is that ACMi Sports, here we are on a remote location. The VO's there for Arlington. But I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, or I don't know what to make of it. But almost all of our games, Arlington's games, are now available to the other coaches and the other teams.
Okay.
So we didn't get a chance to do it today, but sometimes either myself or Josh or Tom will go talk to the other coach before the game. I was talking to an opposing coach who will remain nameless, who said, I heard you talking.
They're watching the ACMi tape.
They were watching the ACMi tape. They were getting the book on these guys.
Can we restrict that video to just Arlington folk? It's giving away our competitive advantage here, Alex.
Yeah. And there's a young lady over there who I know very well, in the black hat over there.
Uh-huh.
She's a mother of one of the Reading players. He and Ronan were teammates for a long time on a club level.
Yep.
And I'll be talking to her later. She's awesome. She's the best. And she texted me the other day, and she showed me this picture of a bunch of Reading players huddled around a TV screen.
Yep.
Watching Arlington versus Winchester.
Oh, wow.
So, and I was thinking, well, why don't I just do some informal, research and see what I could find. And there are, Woburn does a pretty good job. You could find Woburn games. You could find Belmont games. And I think some of the other towns are trying as well. You can find BC High games, but nobody does it to the extent or the quality or the effort that ACMi puts in. So and I don't know if this is good or bad, okay? And I haven't talked to Coach about this. Pardon me. However, any one of these opponents can go, if they have the inclination, and go to ACMi Sports on YouTube and find game after game of Arlington coverage.
Yep.
So, I'm thinking that's got to be an advantage for the other team, right?
Yep.
So I'm kind of, being an Arlington supporter.
Alex, we're sitting here in the nice shade. It just feels good on a day like today. Any advantage to either side of the field, as far as sun goes? I don't think so. Looks like it's coming right at midfield.
That's a great question, and that's something that we talk about at the beginning of every game when it's an issue. Today, I don't see it as an issue. When it is a problem is like either early in the morning when the sun's coming up or when the sun's just over the trees. If the sun was right over those trees and it was a clear day, the goalie in that goal would have a complete disadvantage.
Yep.
And the team playing in this direction would have a complete advantage.
Yep.
And if I were the coach, I would say shoot the ball from 35 yards, shoot the ball from 10 yards, shoot it, and follow it up. They had one of the goals they scored against Winchester, and this is home. Like we talk about home field advantage at Warren Pierce Field. I'm sure that the team knows all about the characteristics of the sun there, because there's a distinct advantage when the sun's going down there for like late afternoon games. Against Winchester, they had a free kick from distance, and basically, no shade on the shot or the quality. Think about how hard it is to hit a golf ball, where you want to hit it. But so one of our players hit a beautiful free kick, which happened to be right at the goalie, who basically didn't see it at all.
Yep.
So in any normal condition, that would have been an easy save. Instead, it turned out to be a goal for Arlington. The other thing basketball doesn't need to worry about is sorry, I'll just pause my thought for a second. All right, folks, here we are. We've got 30 seconds left until the beginning of the second half. We've got 1-0 Arlington over Reading here at Concord Carlisle High School, Doug White Memorial Field, Field 1. I was just talking about the role that meteorological factors play. And again, so Samit, I was saying, basketball is played inside with no wind. The other factors that can affect a game are in Arlington with an immediate long ball handled and then immediately booted out by Reading. So some of the other things that can affect the game that we don't have in this particular instance are wind and any kind of precipitation. The precipitation changes a lot in the game, specifically how, and it also matters if you're playing on turf or grass, on how the ball travels over the surface.
Sure.
And also, the balls, some of them have this like lamination kind of situation on them. They can get a little slick in the first, before they get that nice level of soaked waterloggedness. But as far as meteorologically speaking, I don't see that being a factor today. Right off the bat, we have a Reading corner, and this is a blueprint for teams, and that is, soak up pressure. Maybe you get lucky on your end a little bit, but this one pops in. Guess what? We got ourselves a 1-1.
Running a little physical down there.
Yeah, sometimes the other teams like to park a guy right in front of the goalie. It's a bit of gamesmanship.
Yep.
And then you can see Arlington's player trying to keep him away.
Shea's doing what he needs to do. He's being assertive down there in goal, owning that space right now.
He is looking into the sun right now.
Yeah.
So that's a decent shout. Let's see how Redding handles this. This guy's got time. He should take a touch. And he just sends it right back in.
Shea Newton, our goaltender, is playing for his childhood friend Charlie Buck today. That's the name on the back of his jersey.
Okay.
Charlie sadly passed away, I think, in the 2nd grade. And Charlie's a brother of Noel and Joe Buck, the Arlington Stars, who Noel played for the Revs, and I think Joe's in college somewhere, maybe Georgetown. I can't remember where.
Okay. Well, that's nice. That's a nice story. And who is Taj playing for today?
Taj is playing for my wife's cousin, Luke Mastriani. Luke passed away last February of pancreatic cancer. Luke was salt of the earth guy, just family man, just most generous guy you'd meet, and sadly left us too soon and left 2 kids behind. But
that's a heartbreaking
leaves
story.
a great memory, and I'm sure he'd be proud of Taj wearing his name on the back of his jersey today. And Ronan, who's Ronan playing for today?
Ronan is playing for a cousin. Similar story, pancreatic cancer. Still, but survivor. We've been very fortunate in my family, both sides, my wife and mine, to not have a lot of cancer in our family. So, my heart goes out to those families, and I hope that this event is raises some good money and does the right things
for sure.
and all that. But I'm fortunate every day. I count myself as fortunate, and my thoughts, my prayers are with all of these individuals who are being honored today.
Well, kudos to these kids for putting the show on, raising money. It's a great scene.
Shea not able to keep it in, resulting in a Redding. So when you look at another way you can evaluate a game is through what we don't have, which are advanced metrics. So number of corner kicks, that's a big one. And again, this is a dangerous spot because this is
nice save by Shea. Came out and got it.
Yeah, right to a Redding player who was able to get a shot off. So nervy moments in a 1-0 game. I mean, you're a bad bounce away.
I coached Shea in basketball from 4th grade through 8th grade.
Is that right?
And he is a gritty player. He plays soccer the way he did basketball. Just aggressive, gritty, likes to get involved. He was a kid on a team mixing up always.
Okay.
And you can see that the way he plays goal. He's not sitting back there complacent. He's coming out and getting it.
There's a bad giveaway in the midfield right there. It's just so. I mean, obviously, I love this game. I played it. Both of my sons played it. But that's an example of you can. The score line doesn't always indicate, the game, which allows for tense amounts of revisionist history. But you can play a great game, solid game, and make one mistake and be punished for it. You can play a
split second in this game.
Yeah, and people always say, "Oh, soccer, like isn't it like 1-0 like the best?" Yeah, I mean that's a fine score for a soccer game. We love that score. I mean, we're not watching the goals are the cherry on top. There's so much. There's a goalie and 10 players on each team. Each of the 10 players has a story, and there's so much fluidity. This is Kavi with a nice layoff for Leon. Shot off the post.
It's a great play. Sam with a nice boot, just missed it.
Was that Sam or Lee? That was Sam.
Yeah, who set him up there?
That was Kavi McAuliffe.
Oh, Kavi's out. Yep.
Yeah, so part of
the
brotherly
great pass by
combo.
Kavi.
And looks like are they wondering? I don't think the keeper got that one. I think that one went straight to the post. But another close call by Sam. I mean, his hit miss ratio is taking a hit on during today's game. But that just again, you need just another you need erosion. You need chance after chance, and sometimes they all fall. and sometimes they don't. But without them,
Oh, what a
Covey's
pass.
in, and here's Leon.
Oh,
Off the
and a
post
crossbar.
again. Wow, 2 posts by Arlington. That would be, I mean, that's just a luck factor. They hit 2 posts against Woburn. They hit 2 posts against BC. 2 today. I mean, but you've got to love the opportunities.
Hey, there's no head down there. Leon's right back at it.
Nice play by Redding there. Tom, how are we sounding in the mics? Good? All right, thank you.
Update from the Arlington 8th grade girls team. My daughter Asha just put one in the net, so
is that right?
It's a good day.
Very proud, very proud. So tell me real quick, you have 3.
Three kids. Taj here is a senior.
Yep.
His brother Javon is a sophomore. He plays on the JV soccer team here at Arlington High, and my daughter Asha is in 8th grade, and they all play soccer and hoops.
That's another beautiful
another
shot by
cross.
Nate
Is that a crossbar? That's or is that the?
That was the
football crossbar. But yeah, they're all out here playing soccer. And you, Alex, is it Ronan and
John?
John, how old is John?
John is how old is John? That's a good question.
Come on, Alex, 18. You should know this. 18.
Well, he's a freshman at Berkeley School of Music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's studying to be a music producer and engineer.
Amazing. What instrument does John play?
Oh, what doesn't he play?
Okay, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean you enroll at Berkeley. You enroll with an instrument. Great layoff.
Touch pass.
Keegan gets there.
Oh.
And the goalie stands tall. 2 point-blank shot. 2 point-blank saves. Remember that moment. What are we at? 31-23. Arlington with no shortage of chances, and Sam taking a bit of a hit and getting up. So yeah, I mean, back to John Howard, my wonderful, wonderful son.
He's a freshman this year. A month into school?
Month into school.
What's the early report? Does he live down in Boston?
Yeah, he lives on the corner of Mass Ave and Boylston. I mean, right
nice.
there.
That's great.
And not by design or by anything of that nature, but he's got space and he's taking it, and we'll be talking to him. There's a parents' weekend coming up. One of the interesting things, and you have Taj thinking about college, but like, what happens if your son decides to go to college, and what happens if they decide to go 4 miles away? And we decided we're gonna pretend like you're more than 4 miles away. I mean, it's good to be 4 miles away, but so far we haven't heard anything, and I'm assuming that means that everything is going well. Thank you for asking. And
well, that's great to hear. He's off to a good start, and you get to see him pretty often, hopefully.
Yeah, and if you think about the actual math of the whole situation, they are home for a good amount of the time anyway when they're in college. So he'll be back summer, Christmas break. I didn't convert his room into a music studio yet. But that might be coming.
How about Ronan, number 18 out here in the field? Does he play an instrument? Does it run the family?
He has all the talent in the world. As a matter of fact, he used to blow people away at the recitals, but his interests are more along the lines of playing soccer.
Yeah.
And he's got a great group of friends that he loves to hang out with. He's a junior. I mean, both of these kids, I'm so proud of both of them, and they're both living good lives. So that makes me happy.
Reading player looks like he's doing okay, limping off the field here.
I was thinking if this broadcast goes off well enough, why don't we try to pick a game that does not conflict with a varsity game and take the rig to the JV field.
Oh yeah, if you'll have me, I'm up for it.
Let's do that. We'll hook that up later.
So we got a free kick here from who's taking this? Nathan Dobro, number 6.
Actually, yeah, he's lined up like he's going to take it.
It's a direct kick here, right?
Direct kick, dangerous. In all fairness, it takes something special to score in here. But again,
is he going top corner or is he going for a pass?
Well, let's see.
There is top corner, a
going
little
over
high.
the net. A lot of times people will kick it on the ground and hope for that. You see the wall they set there?
Yep.
A lot of times, like what teams will do is they'll set a wall, and the wall will jump when the player kicks, and the clever teams will just slide it right under the wall, and usually it catches the keeper wrong-footed.
Yep.
But you'd like to see them, put that on frame. That's a little bit of a waste if they don't. I mean, even if you force the goalie to make a save, if you kick it with enough velocity, then rebounds are a real thing.
Nice physical play there by Roland McAuliffe.
Yeah, Quincy got fouled. And the ref is talking to 13 for Reading.
It's a big day in Arlington soccer today with this tournament here. Lots of youth games going on. And then tonight is Arlington Soccer Night at the Revs game.
Are you going?
I'm going. Taking my daughter and a bunch of her friends. Should be a great night.
Always a
perfect
great
weather.
occasion.
Always a good time. They do a great job, the Arlington Soccer Club, with that tailgate. A couple hours. I'll be manning the grill for. Hopefully, it won't burn those burgers, and then see some soccer. I don't even know who the Revs are playing, but looks like a beautiful night for it.
Nice ball by Lucas. Sam's a good combatant in these situations. I often mention on these broadcasts that I would not want to play against him. Nice ball into the middle, handled beautifully by the keeper.
Yep.
No confusion, no chaos. Vacuumed it up.
What do you think Coach is feeling right now? We've clearly had the upper hand in terms of shots on goal. We've hit 2-3 posts. We're only up 1-0.
Again, I'm not sure exactly if it were me. The thing is, it's hard to put yourself inside that particular coach's, mindset, because this is his 26th year.
Yeah.
Like, he's been in probably hundreds of games
seen
like
a few
this.
of these, yeah.
So, I think he's probably thinking like, yeah, this is kind of going the way.
Yeah.
He's got this benefit of experience, and he's probably thinking, yeah, this is kind of going how I thought it would go. He's probably thinking, how am I going to get, based upon the fact that I've hit 2 posts today and 2 posts in the second half at Woburn. You've got to be happy that you're getting those opportunities. You've got to be happy that so far our keeper,
but also a little frustrating not converting those, right?
Yeah, but it's, again, that's 26 years.
That's soccer.
Yeah, 26 years.
Yep.
And in each game, here we have an opportunity for Reading. And, of course, we've got 26 minutes left in the half and the game, so maybe the blood pressure will ramp up a little bit. But I think he's cool. What he's got to be thinking of is, first of all, by the way, that play, that might have been a breakdown by the defense that Reading was not able to capitalize on.
Nice shot by Shea to come out and get it. It should be Arlington ball there.
So
the ref got it right.
Another thing that I've noticed this year, as opposed to last year, is that he doesn't go very far into the bench. Sometimes, if you think about basketball, right? Like, sometimes you'll bring a guy off the bench to provide, a spark or to provide something specific. He doesn't seem to do that. It's almost like he's got a plan when the game starts and sticks to it. And I would say that, I would like to see a little more dynamism with the lineup and the subs. But, it's hard to argue with success.
Yep.
And, and he doesn't come to my job and tell me what to do. So yeah, he's got to be thinking of, maybe he's thinking of who can I put in that's going to, or maybe he's thinking like, Sam has hit a post and come close 3 times. Why would I ever, by taking him out, that removes the probability. It lowers the probability of us getting the ball in the net. So.
Sure.
But
Sam's capable of putting in a couple real quick. We've seen it before.
Based upon, the 26 years of experience, and this is an experienced team too. I think the tendency would be to say the field is definitely tilted in this direction. We have the lead. Why change anything?
Yeah.
So far, how are you liking the being on the mic?
Oh, it's great. Nice viewpoint up here. Good talking to you, Alex. Learn a lot about the game from you. And hey, it's a good soccer game here to watch.
It is.
Beautiful weather, perfect day for it.
And here we go with a dangerous input.
We get a corner there.
It is, and one thing. So the throw-ins, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I wish that he would do every time, which they just did, is you have both Nolan and Lucas, and I'm pretty sure one or two other players can throw the ball 30 yards.
Yep.
So as we watch this corner kick, Arlington's been very threatening from these situations. Ball bounces. That's what you want. Didn't work out that time.
Yep.
But with a throw-in, you can actually – so of this distance, see right there, I might have taken my time, reset, put
Nice
Nolan
play.
on the ball, and chucked it back into the box. And instead, that tends to work out too.
Yeah.
But
hey, Alex, tell me.
yeah,
Who's the most famous person from Reading, Massachusetts, that I know of at least?
Allison Magazzini, that lady over there.
After her.
Nice block by the Reading D. Currently alive?
No, he died, I think, in the last couple of years, and let's say maybe was some would say top 5 basketball player of all time.
Died in the last 5 years, top 5 basketball player of all time, from Reading.
He lived in Reading during his playing days for the Boston Celtics.
Keegan charging through. He's got the goalie out.
Oh, yes.
It's a tough angle. Well covered.
Had the goalie out of the box, but defense did a nice job recovering for the goalie.
Well,
we'll get a corner out of it.
I'm usually horrendous at this game, so what I'm going to do – is that right?
No. 11 titles in 13 years. Played 13 years, 11 titles.
Did
Come
Bill
on.
Russell live in
Bill
Reading?
Russell lived in Reading, Mass. during his playing days.
Well, how about that? Covey comes out after a
nice
nice
shift by Covey. Played a good amount in there and did a great job.
And who was he replaced by? I think Alex. And I don't see – do I see Fernando? I haven't seen Fernando much of this game. Maybe he's not feeling well. Nice ball.
Oh.
Those corner kicks are – this is a dangerous situation. If it can be diffused now, it's the time to diffuse it. Well done. Beautiful play by Sam right there.
Sam in the open field. Nice move. He wants it.
Yeah, but he's got 4 – he was ganged up on. Way to reset. So they pass back, draw Reading out a little bit. Again, I'm looking for Fernando. There I see him. He's got his cleats off. I think he's out for the day.
Nice job controlling the ball here, Arlington.
This is Kellen, the closer. Makes a nice move around his man. That play is called a cutback. It's usually very effective. If you look at right now what Reading's doing, they have actually 5 guys across the back. Did you see that?
Yep.
Like a big wall. And here, if you look at Reading, they're slowly matriculating, and they've got 4 back, and they have 2 players playing in that defensive situation.
Yep.
So this what you have is a 4-2-3-1. So you can, which is a fancy way of saying any combination of numbers, but that's what it looks like. That's a defensive formation, which one thing that we like to look at this point in the game are how do teams – nope, the Reading fans clamoring for a call. Inquiring as to – yeah, that kind of looked like a foul to me, to be honest. But
play on.
Yeah, play on, he said. Well, what we always say here is that the refs, we're pro ref at ACMi Sports.
It all comes out in the wash, right?
It does. And, you know, it's not like these guys are trying, you know, to tick people off. You know, they're trying to make this game. You become a ref because you enjoy the principles of fairness and equality.
Rohan McAuliffe trying to get the edge. We'll get a corner out of that. Nice job, Rohan.
But whenever there's a questionable situation, I always say, easy for me to say, but the ref does have the training and usually the position.
Yep.
So, dangerous. And Lucas's height coming into play there. Nice play by Kellen. Well done to maintain possession. Okay, here, let's watch to see if Arlington can gain possession back. And well done, the striker tracking back to gain possession. Possession is everything in this game right now. If the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Yeah, that's a foul. Yeah, the Reading fans expressing their opinion of the quality.
You know,
of
Alex, how far? We're halfway through the second half. This ball has been down this half, I would say, almost all the second half.
Yeah, and 2 posts.
Arlington's really controlling this second half.
And that, you know, a lot of times that means 1-0.
Yep.
You know, that could mean 3-0. It could mean, you know, it could mean you're losing by 2. But I think 1-0 is a pretty accurate, like, reflection of this game, all things considered. And another kind of concept is, I mean, if you look at Reading, look how defensive they're set up. Sam is so tough. He just got hacked right there. But look at how defensively they're set up. They actually have 7 guys, right? 8 guys. 8 guys behind the ball.
You a little surprised they're not pushing up a little further, down 1-0?
I'm always surprised. Maybe their coach, you know, knows their formation, you know, knows their capabilities, and so, you know, a lot of like non-soccer fans, they find a lot of things mysterious about soccer. Like, why would you ever consider a tie to be a good result, right? Mm-hmm. Which, like, if like a good red-blooded American, you know, will not stand
such an
for a
unsatisfying
tie.
result,
Yeah.
right?
There's just no tie. You can't tie. And at the same time, you know, for example, one thing you have to do is Keegan with the attack.
Burn it down the sideline. We'll get another corner out of that one.
Another thing, if you're thinking at a really deep, like, meta level and getting inside, Leon entering the game, he's been picking up steam this year. I've been really impressed. It's a lot of fun to watch him play.
Yeah, he is.
But what I was going to say was, if you want to get deep inside the mind of the algorithm, I think there are some conditions in the algorithm which take into account goal differential, and it's a stepwise function. So, like, for a particular game, if you win the game, there are many factors, right? Mm-hmm. The quality of the competition, the blah, 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 you know, all this stuff. But if you win the game by 3 or more goals, you get more credit in the algorithm than if you win it by 1.
Oh, point differential, goal differential matters, huh?
And likewise, the only reason I would say, like, why would teams go into a defensive posture when they're down by 1? Well, here's a reason, right here.
Rohan with a nice chase down there.
Did you see that? It's one guy.
Yeah, great defensive play. Save it.
I mean, maybe that's the coach's plan, you know, to go into but it could also be damage control. You know, if the algorithm works the other way. If you lose 1-0 to a team, you get docked a certain number of points. If you lose 3-0 or more to a team, you get docked even more points. So it could be a long play. It's all a long play because really what matters is, you know, in the end, is the state championship. Lucas got hacked there. Hopefully he's okay. If not, we might see another neighbor come in, Alex Marsden. Wouldn't be surprised to see him jump up.
I think Lucas is going to shake this off.
I hope so. There, like I said, Alex Marsden's getting up, jumping around. Maybe he'll get in the game. He's had a strong year. They've got some good sophomores.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe damage control. But, you know, again, I don't go to the Reading coach's workplace and tell him how to do his job. He doesn't come to my workplace and tell me how to do my job.
Right.
You know, you just saw it. You know, if were it not for an incredible individual play by Rohan, that guy could have been in on the goal, and it could have been 1-1. Alex Marcassini with the in ball into Sam. He's got the goalie drawn out. Goalie makes a nice save.
Oh.
So, and if you watch too, you know, you noticed if I'm Coach Iadzio.
Nice play by Alex. Just ran out of real estate there.
If I'm Coach Iadzio and I have Rohan back there and the other team's going to play that kind of game, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is faster than everybody.
Yep.
He is tenacious.
Right.
He's got will. He's the perfect guy.
Yep.
And really what his job would be to do what he did or to stall the play. So, I mean, it's games within games. And, you know, right now, let's look at where we're at. We're at 13 minutes, 54 seconds left. And 1-0 Arlington.
You don't see it out here, but Rohan, he is a tremendous long-distance runner. He can run 2 miles in sub 10 minutes easy. I can't remember what his PR is.
That's elite level, right?
Yeah, yep. I would say it was like a 9:38, something like that. He is a tremendous long-distance runner.
I kind of knew about that because of the lore, you know, this 2-mile run that the boys do. And he's kind of he's the legend of the 2-mile run. That's a good tackle. Yep. Nice scrappy play by number 3 there.
Alex, I want to give a shout out to a great program that Arlington does called Top Soccer.
Let's hear it.
Every week during the fall and spring, it's a program where they get Arlington kids involved in Arlington soccer to be buddies to other Arlington youth that have some sort of disabilities and just get them into the game of soccer. So Travis Badgett, he's a physician in town, great guy. He puts on this with help from a few others, and it's really been a success, not only for the kids who benefit from, you know, getting help playing soccer and getting involved in this game, you introduced to the game, but to some of the kids on the field today who are pretty involved every week getting out there. Taj works with a young boy who's blind and deaf, and just a thrill of the week to go and work with this kid every week. I know Lucas Koopman's out there every week as well, and you know, throughout Arlington soccer, I think from 7th grade on, we have a lot of kids who help out. It's a great program.
So give us the name of the program and the name of the guy.
Top Soccer, TOPS.
Top Soccer. Okay.
Travis Badgett runs it. Few helpers, Patsy O'Brien, my wife Ann, and it's just growing every year. So it's a great program to get involved with.
Great shout. Thanks for bringing that up. And just a little recap there. There's a beautiful attack by Arlington, triggered by some nice play in the midfield. And that might, you know, what we might see here, like this ball, you know, it's going to come down to, you know, a couple 50-50 balls. But if we get possession in the midfield like this, it could be dangerous for Reading. Kellen, the closer, number 1.
Just out of reach.
He's, I think he's heir apparent to 2-mile legend.
Oh, yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive, though. Down to about 10 minutes here. So far, the AI prediction looking pretty accurate. One thing I have, you know, noticed about Arlington is that they tend to score in bunches this year, and you know, the ball not going in for them, you know, hitting those posts, the goalie making the by the way, I don't want to make it seem. I want to make sure that everyone understands this goalie from Reading is playing an outstanding game.
He really is, yep. Seen a lot of action down there.
He has seen a lot of action. The post has been his friend twice, but he has stood up on a number of occasions,
Yep.
2 or 3 occasions with point blank. He's called onside there. Well defended by Nolan. You want to keep that ball away from you want to keep it out of the yellow.
Great play by Kellen using his body.
And
That'll be a goal kick.
He called it a foul, although this is like a.
Okay.
Know, at this point, you would almost rather have a goal kick.
Yeah.
But even so,
what's the
good play
foul
by
there?
Kellen.
Pushing the back?
Just a hack, a trip.
Yeah.
Just kicking the guy in the legs with your own legs.
That's a boot right there, huh?
That's
I think the football team could use that kid.
Yeah, that's 70 yards right there. Kellen with the win in the midfield, and yeah, they're just clogging it up. I mean, anytime you see like equivalent numbers like there in the area, there's the same number of people. I mean, you're pretty sure that the ball is going to stay where it is. This is a situation where they've dropped off.
Oh.
Alex with a nice teasing ball, making
Just
Reading
out of
make a
reach.
decision. Handled nicely by Reading, and Alex followed up. Alex having a strong half. And here he comes. In comes Keegan Maxwell for Alex Marcassini. And again,
Great
Keegan,
job by Alex.
congratulations. Committing to play soccer at Skidmore next year.
That's what I heard. Congratulations to Keegan.
You got offsides on Leon there. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody in pink would be perfectly happy with a 1-0 result. As one thing I wanted to bring up.
Still got
also,
10 minutes left in this game, Alex, right? Roughly.
Yeah, as one of the things that I love about doing this announcing, and good play by Reading to get nice physical play. But that guy might have met his match in Sam Neal.
Oh, he's saying pulling on the jersey.
Yeah.
Thought he was reaching for a card there.
So one thing I was going to say is, what I enjoy about doing this is the objectivity that's involved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, like I get emotionally involved when I watch my kids play. Like I start
Try to check that here, huh?
Irrational, hatred.
You're not like the Pats announcer, Zolak.
I keep it to myself, but it's much better, just watching and objectively commenting on things. It's makes for a more enjoyable experience.
That's right.
For myself, anyways.
As a Jet fan, I can't stand hearing Scott Zolak on TV or on the radio.
Yeah. Are you from that area
I
originally?
grew up in Hartford, so
okay.
Jets,
Right,
Yankees,
that's the line,
Knicks,
right?
and Hartford Whalers. But yeah, Yukon.
Okay. You must have been not very happy in week 1.
Week 1 for the last 20, 30 years now, Alex. It's
all right, Quincy coming back in the game with 6 minutes, 45 seconds. Maybe that was a good stretch by Kavi there.
Yep.
You could use a little bit of sparkle. Speaking of sparkle, that rarely used shoulder pass.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was legal.
And a nutmeg from Keegan. He's going in, goes for a cutback.
Get a corner.
Dangerous play. And here Quincy has been taking the corner kicks. He's
credit to the Reading D. They're we're getting some opportunities and they're really stepping up here.
And absolutely, and credit to the coaching staff too for employing the strategy. Anyhow, so that's a nice teasing ball, and Reading deals with it through numbers. So we're getting to the point in the game now. I'm going to grab my stopwatch because that clock in the second half, it stops at 5. So this will be my attempt to keep some degree of control.
There's that long throw and you're talking about.
Right, and once it's in there, it could bounce up and hit a Reading guy in the arm. It could, like I keep saying, it could bounce off somebody's leg into the goal. And this is what Reading is hoping for. And what you want to do is you want to take this away immediately.
Oh, that's a great play.
You don't want to have them, because now look at there's 6 guys back there now. So what you need to do is possess it back there, draw them out, or have it bounce to you. Kellen's quick enough to get around this guy or draw a foul. All right, he's got time for a touch. Oh, nice defensive play by.
Will he get that ball back? Nathan with the boot. Oh,
beautiful.
Nice shot.
Shot took a
Again,
deflection
corner
on the way in, and the goalie finished it off. But it's hard to ask for more.
Yep.
Started my stopwatch. You can't ask for more. Sometimes the ball bounces in, sometimes it hits a post. As far as today goes, we're not counting any chickens yet because anything can happen.
Feels like we've hit the over on the over/under for corners today.
Yeah. Low corner, mixing it up a little bit. I don't think he meant to do that. So I've got 4.5 minutes left. Arlington 1, Reading 0. Arlington with a first half Lucas Koopman goal in stoppage time off of a corner kick in the first half.
Alex, we've seen each.
I think 1-0 is a pretty accurate reflection of this game, all things considered. And another kind of concept is, if you look at Reading, look how defensive they're set up. Sam is so tough. He just got hacked right there. But look at how defensively they're set up. They actually have 7 guys, right? 8 guys. 8 guys behind the ball.
You look surprised they're not pushing up a little further, down 1-0?
I'm always surprised. Maybe their coach, knows their formation, knows their capabilities, and a lot of non-soccer fans, they find a lot of things mysterious about soccer. Like, why would you ever consider a tie to be a good result, right? Mm-hmm. Which, if a good red-blooded American, will not stand.
It's such
for
an
a tie.
unsatisfying result, right?
There's just no tie. You can't tie. And at the same time, for example, one thing you have to do is Keegan with the attack.
Burn it down the sideline. We'll get another corner out of that one.
Another thing, if you're thinking at a really deep, meta level and getting inside, Leon entering the game, he's been picking up steam this year. I've been really impressed. It's a lot of fun to watch him play.
Yeah, he is.
But what I was going to say was, if you want to get deep inside the mind of the algorithm, I think there are some conditions in the algorithm which take into account goal differential, and it's a stepwise function. So, for a particular game, if you win the game, there are many factors, right? Mm-hmm. The quality of the competition, the blah blah blah, all this stuff. But if you win the game by 3 or more goals, you get more credit in the algorithm than if you win it by 1.
Point differential, goal differential matters, huh?
And likewise, the only reason I would say, why would teams go into a defensive posture when they're down by 1? Well, here's a reason, right here.
Rohan with a nice chase down there.
Did you see that? It's one guy.
Yeah, great defensive play. Save it.
Maybe that's the coach's plan, to go into but it could also be damage control. If the algorithm works the other way. If you lose 1-0 to a team, you get docked a certain number of points. If you lose 3-0 or more to a team, you get docked even more points. So it could be a long play. It's all a long play because really what matters is, in the end, is the state championship. Lucas got hacked there. Hopefully he's okay. If not, we might see another neighbor come in, Alex Marsden. Wouldn't be surprised to see him jump up.
I think Lucas is going to shake this off.
I hope so. He's been there, like I said, Alex Marsden's getting up, jumping around. Maybe he'll get in the game. He's had a strong year. They've got some good sophomores.
Yep.
Maybe damage control. But, again, I don't go to the Reading coach's workplace and tell him how to. So let's see. Well-placed ball. Handled by Arlington. But not out. So Reading's not been in this position very frequently. Nice set of individual play. Nice step by Alex Burke there. You saw that guy had some momentum. And, okay. All right, I wonder how the Reading fans feel about that call.
All right, this
is it.
This
20
is
seconds
it.
left.
Yep.
This is too far out to score directly. What you want to see from the keeper here is command.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to see him swallow up that ball. In an ideal world, he'll rocket this over the posts, then the whistle will blow. We're at 5 minutes of stoppage time. But it all comes down to this. This is another thing that's exciting about soccer. A game can go a certain way, and it just comes down to moments. So let's see what Reading does as they line up. Fires a chip shot well over the net. That should be the game.
Shea was all over that.
Yep. So, I mean, not a fan of that from the Reading perspective.
Yeah.
We saw the same thing happen over here. I mean, you got to give the goalie, you know, you got to put the pressure on the goalie to make the save. And they didn't do that. But, all right, we're at 6 minutes here. My guess, in spite of all this time wasting, is that we kick this ball away. It bounces around a little bit.
Hear 3 whistles pretty soon.
And then we might see whistles. Might hear whistles. Now the game is definitely over. Sam's going to shield this ball. And they're just going to take their time. Ref is looking at each other.
What's the ref doing with the X signal there?
That might be I stopped the clock. And if you see, look at the difference here. 0 Koopmans are forward. And they're just gonna tick the ball in right here, and then he's gonna take it right there and make them kick it out or foul him. So what they've done there is they now strategically Reading has to travel the farthest distance on this entire field to get to the goal.
Oh, I see. They're willing to give it away, huh?
Yeah, and Quincy's just going to hold on to it and hope to draw a foul. He will not shoot there.
I think he was trying to get out wide.
Yep. I'm at 7 minutes of extra time here, so my claim before about refs not.
No.
All right, let's see how. And here, infinitely frustrating to Reading and Reading supporters, but you'll see Arlington kind of.
Oh, they're saying it's going Reading's way.
I didn't see that. He's going to ask him to move it back.
Alex, this has got to be the last go right here.
I'm at 7.5 minutes. So let's see how far he gets this. That's a good kick. And
that'll do it.
Handled by Lucas Koopman, and there we go. Well, my friend, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
We'll hook up the JV game.
Okay, great job by the Spy Ponders and Reading. Great game all around here.
Great game all around, and we're going to, in the interest of keeping this simple, we're going to shut it off now, and look for this on ACMi Sports in the upcoming couple of days. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Summit, for everything, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye.